Hey guys, Dr. Gideon Treweek here, and what I wanted to do today is just a brief educational video and how to use the Rebuilder unit at home. It can be a little bit difficult to understand. I'm going to try to keep it easy. Obviously, this is something you're doing on your own, so you can come back and watch this video as many times as you need. So firstly, what we're going to do is I'm just going to unpackage. This is going to be the most common Rebuilder unit for home use. This is the Rebuilder 300. So this does come with instructions. So if you forget something and if my video isn't detailed enough, you can always read it in the manual here. You can always go to YouTube and find multiple other videos from other doctors too in the application. So I'm just going to share with you with what I find has been the easiest and the best. So the contents of the package, this is a brand new unit. So when you zip it open, the main thing that you're going to find in here is the Rebuilder unit. Okay, so very easy to use. You'll just undo the sticky here from the bubble wrap, and then there's a couple things here. We're going to come back. We're going to come back to this. These are the electrodes. Okay, this isn't going to be the primary use, but I'm going to explain how to use this. So most of you are going to use this for neuropathy. But there are other joint conditions with knees and shoulders and ankles that we can use this for. But this is what the unit looks like. Okay, it's very simple, very easy to use. It's really hard to mess up. So we'll just undo this main cable here. And the biggest thing, there we go. The biggest thing to notice when you're originally plugging this in is there's a square side and a round side. So just be sure that matches up with the unit. It's going to be snug, so you need to be sure when you get it in there that you wiggle it in until it's completely flush with this unit here. Okay, so after that it's ready to go. This runs off of a 9-volt battery, so normally a month of normal use will be enough to run that down, so you'll need to try to replace that probably within a month. If it starts reducing, you're going to be able to tell when it's not working. That's going to be a sign that you need to change that battery out. And then other than that, it's just got one knob, okay? And it's listed 0 to 8 on intensity. And then as you turn it on, you're gonna see this green light flash. And that's what we want to happen, okay? And then when you turn this up, okay, the intensity up, you're gonna turn it to a level of what I call comfort plus, okay? I don't want it to be painful, but I want it to be just a little beyond comfortable. It is definitely something that you need to be sure that you're feeling, okay? If you're not feeling it, you need to let us know and we can troubleshoot, okay? So the first treatment that we're going to show you is the foot bath. So this is the most common treatment for neuropathy. And you can see right here we have this little foot bath, okay? So it separates the left and the right. And this is important when it comes to how the technology works. And the reason why is as we send a current from the left foot to the right foot, it's actually gonna create a circuit. And that circuit's gonna connect through the lumbar spine. Okay, and that's where we get the benefits of it helping to rebuild and regrow any damaged nerves. Okay, so firstly what we're going to do is we're going to fill this up, or not fill it up, we're going to put water in it. You'll see there's a ridge inside of here, so that's a good gauge of how high to fill the water. Okay, before you put water in, what I like to do is your unit will come with this electrolyte solution. Okay, so you're going to put a spoonful of this in each side of this bath, and then go ahead and fill the water up. That way it dilutes through the solution. This is very important, okay? Do not use this without the electrolyte solution. You can use simple tap water, but the electrolytes in this solution are what help conduct the current through the liquid and into your body, okay? So we need to be sure that we use this. You can reuse, if your feet are clean and you're the only one using it, you can just put that aside and you can reuse that solution for multiple treatments so you don't run out of this quickly, okay? So right off the bat, what we're gonna do is you're gonna have a couple special rubber waterproof electrodes, and we're gonna plug those into the Rebuilder. All right. So they come in this little packet here. And this is a little lid that you can screw onto the electrolyte solution. Just makes it easier to squirt out into a spoon. So that will come with the unit as well. But with the rubber pads or the rubber electrodes, again, just like the unit, we need to make sure that all the connections are snug. Okay, so you'll see what they look like. They're pretty simple, but you'll take the metal prong and you'll just slide it into this rubber electrode, and you need to slide it and kind of twist it in and push it all the way to where no metal is exposed. Okay, don't worry if for some reason metal gets exposed. It's not going to shock or electrocute you, but it's just not going to function properly. And then the same thing over here, we just want to slip it in, and you just kind of got to twist it, especially the first time, and you want to get it nice and snug. Okay, so once these are in, what you're going to do is you're going to place both of your feet, one in the left, one in the right, in the foot bath. And then you're going to take these, you're going to put one in the left, one in the right. And it's fine that they just sit in there. They can float around. They're not, again, if they touch you, they're not going to electrocute or hurt you. Just make sure that one is in both sides, and you want to make sure that it's completely submerged in water. And then after that, all you're going to do is you're going to just take the unit and you're just going to turn it on. And you'll start to feel it, okay? You're going to start to see the water maybe move a little bit. You're going to feel the muscles, maybe even in your calves, contract. And that's totally fine. That's what we want. You might feel it more on the left and on the right, or the left or the right. So that's totally fine as well. That doesn't mean it's not working improperly. That's very common. It just depends on where there's damage in the nerves, okay? And that's probably going to change as you continue your treatment. So normally a session is going to take about 20 minutes. So that's really all that you need. You can do this at least once a day. You can do it twice a day, depending on how quick you want to see results and depending on the severity of your problem. You can use it in the morning, and then you can also use it in the evening before you go to bed. So basically just sit back, relax, read a book, put on a TV show, and that's going to be the foot bath treatment with the Rebuilder. Okay? So the next treatment that we're going to talk about is another accessory. And this is if you have any long, basically joint, so long bone that we can wrap, okay, around. So examples of that would be the knee, the wrists, the elbows, and even the ankles, okay? And with this, we're gonna use these straps, okay? And so the way that these work is these are actually woven with silver, because what we're going to use the current is we're going to use it actually to create a magnetic field, and we need metal to do that. So silver is one of the only metals that can actually be threaded into fabric, and so silver is threaded in here. And the key with this is we need to create a negative and a positive pole to create this magnetic field that's going to affect healing, again with degenerative joints, or it can be used for a number of conditions. But the key with these straps is you're going to have to use the electrolyte solution as well. So you can take the electrolyte solution. This also has a squirt top. You'll have several of these bottles to use. And you're basically going to squirt the gray side until it's damp. Okay, it doesn't have to be soaking wet, but it does need to be damp. Okay, so once it's damp, what you're going to do is we're going to place one of these above and below the joint that we're focusing on. Okay, so with this unit, you can only treat one joint at a time. All right, there is another unit that can treat two joints simultaneously. There is an added expense for that unit, but it is available. So if it's something you're interested in, just let us know. Okay, so the key is with this, and again, there are instructions in the package with this, but the key is the placement. You use the stitching of Rebuilder Medical. So every joint that you treat, the strap that goes on the bottom of the joint, Rebuilder Medical will be facing away from you. Okay, so it's going to be facing away from me. So I'm going to put this on my knee. So we're going to put it below the knee. And again, this needs to be skin on skin. So we're going to place it below the knee. So Rebuilder Medical is facing away from me. And then we're going to just put the strap on. It's got Velcro. And we're just going to strap it on to where it's snug. It needs to be snug and contacting the skin. And then the other strap needs to face me. So the Rebuilder Medical needs to be where if I were reading it, it's facing me. So we're going to put this one above the knee. Same thing, we're going to just Velcro and strap it till it's snug. Okay? Both of these have these little snaps. Okay? So with the unit, we use the same cord here. Again, plug it in, make sure it's nice and snug. All right, you're going to have to take off, if you're using this protocol, we're going to take off the rubber electrodes. Okay, and then you're going to just slide these into these little snaps. Okay, just same thing, just push them in, make sure they're snug. Oh, where'd my other one go? Okay, it's hiding somewhere. So anyway, you'll have 2 of these. And basically what you do is you're gonna just snap this into each one. We're gonna just snap here, and then you'll just, oh, it's on there. So we can just push that in. And again, if you're gonna wash this, just take these off, okay? But just snap it in. So we're ready to go to treat the knee. So same rules, ready to rock and roll. Just turn that on, and then turn it up to where it's Comfort Plus, okay? You're gonna feel it engage. All right, it's probably gonna contract the muscles a little bit, but we don't want it painful. Same rules on the frequency. You can do it once to twice a day for about 20 minutes. And again, you can use this on any body part, knees, ankles, wrists, elbows, okay? There's different sizes depending on the body part, so you'll need to get with your doctor to make sure we order the right circumference. We have smaller straps for the ankles and the wrists, okay? So that's another very common treatment, very, very effective home therapy, okay? So lastly, what we're going to talk about is just electrode use, okay? So the Rebuilder is unique. It's very different from a TENS unit, okay? So I don't want you to associate this with a TENS unit. It has biofeedback sensors, so it actually doesn't just put out energy for treatment. It actually intakes input from your body, so it can kind of dictate and modify the treatment as you go. So it's a little bit more customized for the individual. But with the electrodes, it is like any other TENS unit in that they're sticky, okay? So you're just gonna undo the wrap, very easy to just plug this in the same way, but then you can use that to treat any other body part. If we wanna treat our shoulder, or we wanna treat our neck, we wanna treat any part of our spine, we can do that as well. I would just make sure that you keep it on the muscle and on the soft tissue. Same rules, turn it up to where it's comfortable but not painful. And again, you can do that for 20 minutes, twice a day. So hopefully that was educational. Obviously, if you have any questions, we're here to answer those for you. If it's in the office, or if you even just want to give us a phone call, we're happy to help. So thanks again for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.